Hey guys, welcome to the first level. So this course is going to be structured into 3 levels. In the first level, I'm going to be talking about how you can get started on Fiverr. So if you don't have a profile on Fiverr, if you don't know what to offer on Fiverr, this is the perfect time for you. So I'm going to cover about which services you can offer. I'm going to cover about how you can optimize your profile, how you can research other services, and how you can build those first reviews and sales. So in the first lecture, we're going to strictly cover about which services you can offer. So if you have any hobbies or any expertise in something, we're going to structure it together and you will be able to launch your first gig successfully. Alright, so I'm here with Daria. Thank you so much for taking your time.
Hello, thank you.
And we're gonna go together. I'm gonna help her to get started on Fiverr. So in order, to get started, you need to have some sort of passions, hobbies. So Daria, what kind of things you enjoy doing or you have expertise maybe in?
I have a strong passion for literature, for reading books of different genres, but my field of expertise is more in languages. I'm bilingual.
Okay, that's actually very good because, as you know, like on Fiverr, obviously they have different categories and sections, and we're gonna look at them right now. So with this information, literature, translation, there's already like maybe 4 or 5 services that Daria could offer on Fiverr. So let's get started on the computer and see what kind of things Daria could potentially do. All right, let's take a look at some of the potential services, gigs, what other successful sellers doing, and you could potentially have interest in. So what kind of things you mentioned to me? What is your interest mostly?
I mentioned working with literature, and I mentioned translation because I know 2 languages, Russian and English.
Okay, so translation could be one of the options. So you're bilingual, but your first language is Russian, right?
Yes, but I studied English for many years and I feel that I am very strong in English and I would like to use more of that skill.
Okay, so you can actually choose when you go to the Fiverr translation, you can choose from which language you want to translate it to and vice versa. So let's just try, for example, you said let's do Russian English or English Russian?
Both would work.
Okay, let's try just English to translate it to Russian. And you can see there's a lot of languages, right? So if you're not Russian, like don't worry because there is a lot of other languages. And let's see, where is Russian? Have you seen it?
Oh, there it is.
Okay, Russian, perfect. So okay, good number of gigs. Also, what is very important when you're looking at those sellers, you look at the number of reviews right here, right? So it has over 500. Here, this guy has over 1,000. This guy over 200, this guy. So that means this is actually pretty popular. So I would say this is definitely one of the gigs you should do because if you have knowledge in English and both Russian, you can do vice versa. That could be a good start. What do you think?
I feel a bit afraid that so many people are offering this service that I won't be able to compete with them.
Okay.
What are the new things that I could offer them?
Okay, so we're gonna cover that once we create your seller profile. But when you look at this, like for example, who are you gonna click on the person? So who kind of stands out from here? Who are you gonna click on?
I would look at the person with the most reviews.
Okay, what else? Picture?
Yes, I would also look at the picture and at the sign.
Okay, so for me, like this guy is actually just like visualizing it clearly that it has 500 words, English, Russian, it's very clear, on point. I would say this girl, she's also doing well because you can see her as a person, so you can see the actual person doing that. And we're gonna cover all those aspects as well in the next lectures, but this gig is definitely what you should aim for because even though there is a competition, there is still a huge demand there because you can see amount of reviews they have, amount of orders in queue are coming, so that means there's still, and there's actually just one page, which means that it's still a really good.
So I still have a chance.
Yeah, everyone has a chance, so that's the thing. Another thing, let's see what writing translation has. So article, blog posts, script writing, website content, product descriptions, resume, cover letters. So the thing is, if you maybe haven't tried to write any like product descriptions, right? That doesn't mean you don't have expertise. So you can go and look and try, for example, just as a hobby, as a test, to create some sort of a gig, because this one is actually very popular, because a lot of people need to write Amazon listings on their e-commerce stores. That's what I know from, because I've been running some e-commerce stores and have experience in that.
So this is a good way to work with businesses.
Yes, yes. So this is a good way of work with businesses. And when you start working, of course, like with businesses, you will have potentially more opportunities, because they might need the help with other writings or proofreadings or things like that. So this is another good direction I would suggest. So look for product descriptions, because I don't think it's extremely hard, because as you've seen like online on different descriptions, usually text is not as big. You don't need to like proofread or create like 10-20 pages. It's just short, maybe a paragraph or two about the products. So this category is good, and you can see amount of reviews as well, right? So it's kind of like this one over 1K. Let's actually see how many orders. Okay, 14 orders in queue, right? So it's becoming popular. So definitely two categories. You can also brainstorm, and when you're looking at the Fiverr, this is the most important. So don't rush and create your seller profile. Don't do that. Go and research first, because when we're going to create in the next lectures Daria's profile, we'll need to work on the username, we'll need to work on the profile picture, on her background and things like that. So this is important.
So can I start with two categories at once, or is it better to focus on one?
We're going to pick one, right? So because the idea is, if you're going to create, let's say 2, 3, 4, you will not exactly know which one will work well, because you will not spend, I would say, equal time preparing this one. It's just going to take a lot of time. So it's better to pick one and to really work hard on it, because from one gig you can make a living if you're really building successfully. So don't worry, don't create like 30 gigs straight away. Just one. I'm gonna help you as well. We're gonna go over together, and we're gonna find the perfect, I would say, first approach to the platform.
Great, thank you very much. Vasily, thank you for explaining all the steps I can take at this moment. I think I will prefer to work on translation gigs, because there isn't that much competition, but there's still a high demand. So what are the steps that would be better to take further in order to prepare my seller profile?
Yeah, of course. So I think it's a good choice. If you spend more time, you can find more gigs in depth, but I think we should stop at this point and just focus on this translation gig. So in the next lecture, we're going to create a seller profile. We need to make sure we go as a personal brand. So not as a company, not as just a random name, but you as a person. So we're going to, Daria, she's going to go as a personal brand. And then we're going to go into the steps: creating the profile picture, background, and then creating our first gig. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
Great.
Thank you guys so much for watching this lecture. If you have any questions or anything, please make sure you become active in the group, which you have access now. And also, please make sure you follow the next lecture more carefully, because this is the most important time for you to get started successfully on Fiverr.